Hi friends. The number one question I get asked when I talk to parents about teaching their children about money is, how much money should I give my child? I'm going to share with you 3 different strategies that we have used with our children who are now 8 and 10. From the time that our kids were about 1 year old until 3 and a half, we basically just gave them $1 in the form of 10 dimes. And yes, I did have them separate those 10 dimes into 5 different accounts, and I am gonna link that video where we talk about the 5 different accounts. But my priority at that stage was just to get them to build a habit of managing money. So 10 dimes worked really well. So when my children were about 3 and a half years old, they started becoming aware of things that they wanted anytime we went to the store. So at that time, I started giving them $10 a week so they could manage. Now, the way that I came up with that number was with the formula that I learned in the Kids Wealth system. And what you do, you take the total amount of money that you're spending on your child per month, you divide that by 4, and you give that amount to them every single week. So for example, if you're spending $60 on your child on toys, movies, eating out, then you divide that by 4, that's $15. You give that to them every single week to manage. Now, my priority at that time was for my children to have enough money so that they could make money decisions. So what were they going to spend it on? How are they going to give? How are they going to invest? Start teaching them self-control, to put money away and not touch it. That was the priority. Now, we have kept that amount the same. That has never increased. My children are now 10 and 8, and as a matter of fact, it has actually decreased. My children now are 8 and 10, and I very rarely give them money. And the reason for that is because my priority now is to teach them how to be resourceful and have them find ways to make their own money. So, for example, they have started several businesses and they have made money, and I will pay them for certain jobs around the house, but it has to be something very helpful to me. For example, my daughter took the entire stovetop apart, took a toothbrush and she scrubbed and got it super duper cleaned, and I would have paid my cleaning lady to do that. So I paid my daughter to clean the stove. There was one particular time when I really needed a babysitter for my baby, and my son took the baby for 2 hours. I would have paid someone to take the baby for 2 hours, so I paid him. So if you have ever read any of the Robert Kiyosaki books, you will know his story, that his rich dad had him work for pennies and then had him work for nothing. But what that caused in him was a desire to go out and be resourceful and to find a way to make money. Now, you're probably going to ask me, whoa, my kids are now 10, 13, 15. Am I too late? How do I catch up? Well, the reality is no, you are not too late, and you can still teach them the basics of getting into the habit of managing their money, giving them away so that they have enough money to manage, and then help them to be resourceful so that they can go out and find ways to make money. So, to be very honest and real with you, I was a little bit afraid to answer this question because only you, the parent, knows your budget and you know your child. So I am not here to give you a magical number that works for a certain age group. You know how much you are able to give your child, and you know your family values. My purpose here is to encourage you to teach your children to manage their money, because no matter what happens, one day they are going to get a hold of some money, and you want them to be prepared to make wise decisions when they do get that money. So the one thing I stress to parents is that the amount of money you give your children is not as important as how consistently you have them manage that money. Consistency is the key to financial success. So I hope this was helpful for you. I am going to link the video about the 5 accounts that my children use to manage their money down below. And if you're watching on Facebook, join us over on YouTube so that you can grab a hold of those links. Please subscribe to the channel. Leave us your comments. Leave us your questions. Thanks for being with me today. We'll see you in the next video.